All right, it's 10 o'clock a.m., which means it's key to coaching time for residential real estate agents at the Hero Benefits Network. We try to do this every single week live, but we do play recordings from time to time if something comes up that we can't get around. And we do work with you guys in the form of the HBN playbook as well. Every so often we release a new HBN playbook opportunity. So make sure you access the HBN playbook at herobenefitsnetwork.org. My name is Russ Fitzpatrick. I'm one of the lucky founders of the Hero Benefits Network. We get to lead with passion and conviction towards immense value and service to America's most respected public servants. We're talking about teachers, firefighters, law enforcement officers, and veterans. We're talking about essential workers and first responders, including those linemen that go out in the storm and put your electricity back up after the hurricane goes through or the big tornado blows through. So we're really, really proud of the work we do at the Hero Benefits Network. And today's all about income generation for our real estate agents. Do you know that 68% of loan officers quit the business in the last 3 years because the interest rates climbed and they just didn't know how to cultivate relationships with you guys, the realtors that are driving all the frontline business? And another statistic that really bothered me was 71% of realtors quit the business. No, I'm sorry, 71% of licensees, real estate licenses held in America, did not sell a house in 12 months. That means that only about 30% of the realtors that are licensed even sold a house in the last 12 months. And I was blown away by that statistic, but then it clarified that stat in the fact that it's licensees, not board members. So some of those people aren't even in the real estate business. They just happen to keep a residential real estate license. But it's still a staggering reality that things are tough out there. I want to say, knock and the door shall be open. Seek and ye shall find. Ask and it will be answered. You've got to do the work. And I'm going to tell you a personal story real quick as we get into this. The richest guy I know and I were on the phone about a year and a half ago. And he said, you just have to make it easier for the realtors. You just have to make it easier for the mortgage bankers. And all around us was collapse and chaos and frustration and anxiety from the realtors and the mortgage bankers. But I said to myself, I'm sorry to say, but I resented what he said, that it had to be easier. And I've come to understand that he means it needs to be easier to understand, easier to implement. It's not that the work of being a realtor is ever going to be easy. It's not that the work of being a mortgage banker is ever going to be easy. If you want to make $100, $150, $200, $300,000 a year selling real estate or more, you've got to do some of the ugliest four-letter word in the real estate dictionary, and that word is work, W-O-R-K. The first company I opened teaching, training, and coaching realtors was Works, W-O-R-X, and it was a play on the fact that nobody likes to do any work, but we really did pound it home. Actionable opportunities that you could take action, get off your rear end and get out and do something to make some money. So I am the executive director of the Hero Benefits Network, and I believe I answered the bell for what that gentleman told me to do, was to make it easier. We'd have the easiest job in real estate for you. All you've got to do is let these folks know that you have free money to give away. All we do is give away money. So HBN Letters for Leaders program is our most productive, actionable opportunity. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit more in depth about you taking a simple, easy challenge from the Hero Benefits Network. And if you execute that challenge, you're going to be rewarded beyond your wildest imagination. I can tell you that I took this challenge myself in the month of April and May, and I already have 9 appointments with leaders across my region, and we're hosting a live lunch and learn for realtors in our region that are going to be coming to learn more about this incredible business development opportunity. Yes, it's a philanthropy. Yes, it's a 501c3 nonprofit. Yes, it's a charitable organization. But you know what? It's a business development mechanism for you. And I don't know if you guys ever see it. My email address reads BDMX, Business Development Manager, Business Development Mechanism, Business Development Opportunities. Business development is where all the money lies, and all the money is in the hands of strangers that you don't know yet. You've just got to do some business development. That goes back to knock and the door shall be opened. It's like you're standing behind this door, and on the other side of that door is, $30,000, and you're not even knocking on the door to see if they're interested in doing business with you. Look, receive up to $5,000 in Hero Rewards, receive up to $10,000 in relocation grants. So this is a cover letter that we send out to leaders, and we personalize the coupon to the industry or the organization that we're mailing to. So just proof positive that I've been out doing what I'm teaching. I very rarely have ever taught anything in the 37-year real estate career that I haven't done myself with success. Even if some other agent is doing something with success, I never make the assumption that it's going to work for me unless I try it. So I go ahead and took the HBN challenge myself. What's special about this opportunity for all of us is that once you get the lead at the top of this sales funnel, there are some golden guardrails on the sides of your sales funnel here at Hero Benefits Network that keeps the client, keeps the borrower, keeps the hero engaged, right? So we have a step-by-step sales funnel. It is following a tradition of success that we've built over the last 37 years. So you don't have to reinvent this wheel. You get the inquiry from the employee benefits director. You get the hero human resource director or the chief of police, wherever you get the inquiry from. It goes right into the Hero Benefits Network and moves through a sales funnel right down and through funding, donation, and that hero receiving the grant. So you'll learn more about that as you get to know us better. But Randy Nemiroff is what I call the chief connection officer. He's the guy building these strategic alliances all over the country that are benefiting you and I in the form of transactional relationships, in the form of inbound inquiries to the Hero Benefits Network. Carrie runs all of the operations with Kenny and Brittany. And my name is Russ Fitzpatrick, and I am the executive director of the Employee Benefits Director. Just use your creative imagination for a moment and imagine, fast forward, that there were 10 nurses and firefighters and cops shopping for homes with your relocation grant. Whether it's $3,500 or $5,500 or $7,000, these are real dollar amounts that these firefighters and teachers and cops really do appreciate. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of real estate transactions with essential workers, first responders, public servants, government employees, teachers, coaches. Think about the coaches, and also administrative staff, including the principals and vice principals at these schools. And they happen to really show loyalty to these vouchers. I don't even believe necessarily that they're showing loyalty to me as their real estate professional, as their mortgage professional, but they're certainly showing loyalty to something, the Hero Benefits Network, and they're coming in droves to get those vouchers. And once they receive those vouchers, they're out shopping. So to clarify my position on the HBN challenge that I took myself with great results, I want to give you an opportunity to take the HBN challenge now for yourself. You're going to send just 10 letters. So we're not asking you to spend a fortune. We're not asking you to spend a day or a week. The HBN challenge could be probably in the 30 minute to 60 minute range to complete the entirety of the challenge. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to hand address with blue ink. And I'm going to tell you a secret about direct mail. I learned many, many years ago that the highest open rate in the entire direct mail arena is blue ink hand addressed. The return address should be non-specific. I don't want it to say Prudential Real Estate, or I don't want it to say Caldwell Banker necessarily. I'd rather have it say just your first and last name, or you could write on Hero Benefits Director, or you could write Hero Benefits Network. But it doesn't do you any favors to put the big Remax balloon on the outside of a charitable offering. Okay, so we want to differentiate yourself when you're wearing your Hero Benefits Network hat versus when you're wearing your Remax hat. And there's nothing illegal about a nonprofit reaching out to a business-to-business leader, human resources director. I want you to put 3 items in your envelope, and they're all available for you free of charge in your portal. Just go into your portal and download the letter. You can personalize it with our partners at Canva. You don't have to buy any software or download anything special. Just go into Canva and personalize your letter. We want you to include a 3-up coupon is 3 coupons per page. Just cut them so there's 3 separate coupons there. You can do 3 to 5, 6 coupons inside of the letter. And that coupon is what really, really drives the attention and appreciation of that human resources director or that leader. And then we gift you a template for an HBN business card, and you should include your contact information, which is what you can do inside of your Hero Benefits Network portal. So no harm, no foul, 30 minutes, maybe 60 minutes top. Maybe you could do it on a Sunday evening when you're watching TV. But as a favor to me personally, your Key to Coach, and as a favor to the Hero Benefits Network, it really helps us. Proof is in the pudding, right? So it really helps us. If you could take a photograph of the 10 letters that you got ready to mail, like I did, and just text them to me. You could text me directly anytime you want at 954-695-2314. I'm always happy to answer your texts and even take inbound calls from you guys. I believe that Hero Benefits Network is a listing magnet. I believe that teachers and coaches need to move to survive. They're listing their houses in expensive communities, and they're moving to less expensive communities. It's just like cultivating a farm area, right? If you got in with a particular police station or a particular fire station, right? You build a relationship with them over time, and you establish a strong relationship, a strong reputation, and a loyal following. So, like I said, I've been doing this myself in Macon County, Jackson County, and Swain County, North Carolina, where I live in the Smoky Mountain National Park area. But I am here to help. I'll give you my cell phone number one more time at 954-695-2314. And I know what you're saying. Where the heck am I going to find these leaders? Where the heck am I going to find who to send these to? Can't you provide me a database? Can't you give me their contact information? Well, I'm here to tell you there's between 12 and 25 leaders in each community, in each zip code. In a large metropolitan area like Chicago, you might have 150 leaders. But per zip code, and that's how we divided up the country. We divided it up into 43,000 zip codes that are all for sale for you at $129 a month to be the exclusive residential real estate professional of that zip code for Hero Benefits Network. And this is what's creating an all-volunteer army, right? We're getting this beautiful group of people that are committed to supporting the network with a $129 donation every month for the opportunity to serve the most respected public servants in that community through the Hero Benefits Network. But let's answer your call. How can you get these high value target leaders. How can you get the contact information for the leaders that you seek? Well, my recommendation is ChatGTP. I used it every day during my HBN challenge, and it's so easy. And I want you to think like this. Do you have the contact information for? Fill in the blank. Now I'm going to show you a few. This is where the challenge begins. You're going to probably be able to find 10 leaders in 10 minutes if I know how ChatGTP works in my area. But I took a little town off the beaten path called Peoria, Illinois. I don't know why that came to mind. I don't even have coverage in Peoria, Illinois. But ask ChatGTP, do you have contact information for the chief of police in Peoria, Illinois? And you will be hit over the head with his name, his address, his phone number, and his email address. Try it right now. If you have ChatGTP and you're located in Atlanta, Georgia, if you're located in Kennesaw, Georgia, if you're over in Keokuk, Iowa, you can just say, do you have the contact information for the chief of police in Keokuk, Iowa? And she's going to give you, my wife calls ChatGTP Kathy now. She's her best friend. She's on with her every day, working with her. Do you have the contact information for the president of the Police Benevolent Association in Peoria, Illinois? And guess what? She gave me the name, address, phone number, and email address of that PBA leader. In fact, the PBA has a website with a contact form that you can fill out where they'll reach back out to you. So a lot of opportunity in Peoria, Illinois. Do you have the contact information for the sheriff in Peoria, Illinois? Just try it. See what ChatGTP gives you back. She's going to give you even a part of his background, like how many years he's been in service, how many years he's been a cop, how many years he's been working for the FOP or the PBA. Let's get a little deeper into Peoria, which we're just going to substitute your community name for our example of Peoria, Illinois. But do you have contact information for the leader of the State Highway Patrol in Peoria, Illinois? Proof positive came up for us. Do you have contact information for the fire chief in Peoria, Illinois? That is the 5th contact. And that's not even true because there's 4 or 5 contacts in each one of these realms. Like the PBA has a president, a vice president, chairpersons. It has a secretary. It has a treasurer. So you've got massive number of people on every level that you could reach out to with this nonprofit charitable grant that gifts money to these heroes. And they love it, guys. You think one thing until you reach out to them, knock and the door will be opened. Ask and the question will be answered. Seek and you shall find, man. There is no way that the human resources director at Peoria Health is not interested in benefits like the ones you're giving them. Who manages hiring, firing doctors in Peoria Health? I asked that question of ChatGTP. She gave me 4 leaders of the Peoria Health organization that operate in the human resources sector. Question number 8, one of my favorites. My dad was the president of the Fraternal Order of Police in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for many years. Who is the president of the Fraternal Order of Police in Peoria, Illinois? Who is the president of the Fraternal Order of Police in Kennesaw, Georgia? Who is the president of the Fraternal Order of Police in Keokuk, Iowa? Wherever you're located, just fill in that blank and you're going to get the contact information for the superintendent of schools in Peoria, Illinois. And last but not least, I want you to try this one for sure. Who is the principal of the Peoria High School? And I put that in parentheses, the S, because I didn't know for sure if there were multiple schools. But ChatGTP was able to give me 6 or 7 principals throughout Peoria, and the contact information, their photograph, their email address, their mailing address. So there is literally 10 minutes to find 10 leaders using ChatGTP. So I want to encourage you to do that, and it would give me great pride, pleasure, and up my conviction if you would take the HBN challenge and send these letters out to leaders in your local community. I'm going to be pushing this for a while because you have the easiest job in real estate. All you do is give away money. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Send a letter to a leader in your market, and I'm going to give you a step-by-step right now. If it's the easiest job in real estate, and I was told by the richest man I know to make it easier for realtors and easier for mortgage bankers, so that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it easier for you. Take the HBN challenge. Send just 10 letters for leaders before this weekend. When the leader calls you, and this may be your Achilles heel right now. This may be your sore spot. You might not know what to say. So here's what I want you to say. I'm the benefits director for Peoria, Illinois. We have funds available to help you with housing, to help all of your employees, sworn officers and civilian employees, help them with housing. Could we schedule a 15-minute orientation on the hero benefits? That's what Randy does for you. That's what Russ does for you. You are not alone. You do not have to do these presentations by yourself. Simply set an appointment with Russ or Randy online at herobenefitsnetwork.org, or as a bonus to you, since you went through this Key to Coaching program with me and you're open to taking the Hero Benefits Network Challenge, there's my cell phone right there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, area code 954-695-2314. We live in the mountains in an 828 area code most of the year, and then we live in southeast Florida when it gets too cold up there. So we have that 954-695-2314 as well. But reach out to me anytime for any reason, and I will text you back. I will start up a conversation with you, and I'll get on the phone with you to help you help our heroes. Thanks very much for being here. And remember, it's the easiest job in real estate. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Knock, and the door shall be opened. Seek, and you will find. Ask, and you will be answered. All you have to do is take the HBN challenge, and you'll be on your way.